Hey guys, Coach Chris here, back with another video. Continuing with round 2 of Drew's recent tournament. Drew had a thrilling draw in round 1. You can check out that video and the moves are in the description. Continuing with round 2 here, Drew's playing another 1400. Opens with the London. Very normal, natural move, setting up the pyramid, developing the pieces to their optimal squares in accordance with that pawn structure. E6 from the opponent. Drew develops normally. Bishop d6, and an option that you very often have in the London whenever the bishops oppose each other is you can drop your bishop back to g3, actually inviting black to capture so that when we recapture h-pawn, we have the open h-file for our rook. Bishop goes to d3, and then the bishop, the rook, coordinate nicely on h7. Knight can come into e5, queen can swing into the king side. Very nice, very promising attacking position for white. So black didn't do that. Black played b6. The idea is to either fianchetto the light squared bishop and support knight e4, or to trade off the light squared bishops with bishop a6. Drew just develops normally, and here black just absolutely blunders. Now, Drew's been grinding his tactics, he's been playing the London system quite a bit, so he sees this, recognizes it as a very thematic blunder, and spots the thematic winning continuation. Bishop takes a6. The point is that if black recaptures, then queen to a4 check, forks the king and the knight, white wins a piece and the game. So, in this position, it was absolutely critical that black castle. I still really like white's position there though, because the knight can sink into e5, it can be supported by f4. White just has a very fun, promising attacking position with basically no risk. So I like that position a lot for white. Still would have been better for black to do that than to lose a piece. So Drew takes the piece. Only now does black realize what happened and doesn't go for knight takes a6. Instead, plays c4, I guess trying to go for some sort of bishop trap, but the bishop is of course not trapped. What is trapped is the rook on a8, so bishop e7. The rook isn't going anywhere, so Drew just calmly recaptures the bishop on g3, and now after knight bd7, now it's time to take the rook since it can move. Queen takes, and now knight bd2. Drew's up a whole rook in this position, so after developing, controlling the center, keeping the king safe, Drew's win condition is very simple. He just has to trade off everything and win the very easy rook up endgame. I like b3 here from Drew, ensuring that he's going to open up a b file so that he can take advantage of the extra rook. Castles, again, still king safety. Even when we're up material, we still have to control the center, develop our pieces, keep our king safe. And now Drew opens up the b file for the rook. Queen can get involved. Drew starts with rook b1. Queen c6 from the opponent. Not a huge deal. I would have maybe preferred queen a4 here, since that's kind of the time to get that move in. Whereas if you start with the rook, then queen can come to c6 to prevent queen a4. Not a huge deal at all. Queen to c2 is still perfectly reasonable. Drew can still double up on the b file and dominate with the extra rook. Opponent lashes out with h5, and Drew does the absolute right thing and just keeps on with the plan. Black has no threats here, so h5 is nothing to worry about. g6, black is just stuck, has no real plan, and is just kind of just waiting around for Drew to finish the job. Drew starts by doubling up on the b file, king g7, knight into e5. So at the moment, there are not really great penetration squares. Rook could go to b7, but I like Drew's approach here. Knight e5 again. Drew wants to trade off all the pieces and win the easy endgame. So the fact that Drew incurs a double pawn here on e5, which maybe arguably could be a little weak, is of no concern whatsoever, because in order to win that pawn, black is going to have to trade off his only minor piece, and as more pieces come off, the extra rook will really start to be felt. So absolutely love that decision by Drew there to go knight e5. So we've got a fork, something's coming off the board. So black takes, we recapture with a tempo, and now after knight f3, our e5 pawn is protected. If black somehow arranged to win it, it would be because we traded off knights, which is good for white. That's exactly what we want. So knight h6 here, I guess the point is to bring it to f5, but I'm not really sure why. Rook b6, tempo on the queen, bringing the extra rooks in, love it. Queen to c5. Now knight d4, another awesome move. Putting your pieces in the center, always the right thing to do. Queen drops back to c7, targeting the c7 pawn, but here Drew just has a beautiful knockout blow. You love to see it. Knight takes e6 check, forking the king and the queen, so black is forced to take that knight, and then after rook b7, Drew wins the queen and the game. Check this out, guys. Put the game in the computer. Engine says flawless victory for Drew. No inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders. What a boss. Beating a 300 point higher rated opponent with no inaccuracies, no mistakes, and no blunders. What a game. Drew's immortal, a beautiful London, winning a piece early and cleanly converting after that. I mean, not much else to say, guys. What a just beautiful game, outstanding performance from Drew. And then kept it simple, consolidated the advantage. I mean, just perfect technique from Drew. You love to see it. So well done, Drew. After 2 rounds, he's got a 1.5 points out of those first 2 games, and that was against, both games were against opponents who were 300 points higher rated than him. Just awesome. Absolutely awesome. So way to go, Drew. And guys, as always, keep grinding your tactics. Thanks for watching, and we will check out Drew's 3rd round game soon. Thanks. Bye.